Kia ora, and welcome to Monday's Economy Watch, where we follow the economic events and trends that affect Aotearoa. I'm David Chaston, and this is the international edition from interest.co.nz. And today we lead with news. Markets will be on edge this week after a sharp 2.7% retreat on Wall Street on Friday and the largest one-day drop since early April. Bonds twisted into defensive mode, commodities fell, especially oil, Bitcoin retreated sharply, and the US dollar retreated into its traditional risk-averse mode, but not by as much as you might have expected. Many traders seem to want to shift away from the traditional US is safe investment thinking. Not helping is that the US has started supporting the Argentine peso to prop up its Trump-friendly president. Although this coming week is the start of the US third quarter earnings season reports, the jolt at the end of last week might make these usually important signals somewhat less relevant. Normally we would get US inflation data this coming week, but it will undoubtedly not come. So we'll have to rely on other US data, mainly from the Fed, but also trade sources. Developments in Japan's political transition will be important this coming week too, and the IMF will release its World Economic Outlook update. China will release CPI and other September banking data this week. India will also release inflation data. For us, it'll be the September REINZ results sometime this week. And Australia will release details about its September labour market. Over the weekend in Canada, they reported a surprisingly strong jobs report there for September, with a gain of more than 60,000 jobs in the month, embellished because full-time job gains exceeded 106,000. This is far better than the overall 5,000 gain expected. Of course, we didn't get American jobs reports for September because of the shutdown that affects their statistics system, but if the ADP employment report is any guide, Canada likely grew its workforce more than the US, which is a rare occurrence given that the US workforce is more than 8 times larger than Canada's. On Saturday New Zealand time, in a bewildering social media post, Trump threatened to hike tariffs on Chinese exports again and cancel a meeting with Chinese President Xi in South Korea later this month. The broadside sent markets into a sharp retreat. He was reacting to the Chinese expanding its rare earth export controls. He said, quote, "No way that China should be allowed to hold the world captive," unquote, blind to what he is trying to do with his own unilateral tariffs. And just when market optimists thought that the US and China had a chance of making up, Trump has exposed his weakness, his lack of self-awareness, and childish inability to understand the double standards he seeks. Markets have reacted badly to the tiff, seeing it as a flare-up in the trade wars that will hurt the global economy. Equities fell sharply, bond yields went into risk aversion mode, and the US dollar became less competitive. Commodity prices fell. The US federal government September deficit result due out over the weekend has been delayed, another data victim of their shutdown. It might be a while. Mass firings of federal workers has begun. In Japan, the elevation of Iron Lady Sanae Takaichi to lead the LDP seems to have stumbled at the first hurdle. The LDP's main coalition partner has refused to work with her. Japanese politics could be extending its revolving door government style. In Australia, business is in a hesitant spot too. Data out on Friday for August showed monthly business turnover fell 2.2%, and this fall was the largest since April 2023, with drops across 9 industries. Manufacturing was down 5.8%, tech was down 3.7%, and mining was down 1.9%. The US Treasury 10-year yield is now at 4.05% and unchanged from Saturday, but down 9 basis points for the week. The price of gold will start today at $4,016 an ounce, up $28 from Saturday and up $128 from a week ago. Silver is now just on $50 an ounce, a weekly gain of $2. And American oil prices are holding lower at just on $59 a barrel and a 5-month low, down $2 from a week ago, with the international Brent price now just under $63 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar is now just over 57.2 US cents, unchanged from Saturday and down 110 basis points from a week ago. Against the Aussie, we're up 10 basis points at 88.3 Australian cents. Against the euro, a little change to 49.3 euro cents. That all means our trade weight index starts today at just over 61.8, unchanged from Saturday but down 80 basis points for the week. And the Bitcoin price starts today at $114,215 and down 3% from Saturday. Volatility over the past 24 hours has been moderate at just under plus or minus 2.1%. You can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again tomorrow.